Congressman, thanks so much for being here and congrats on your reelection.
Thank you, and enjoy being on your show.
So you are back to work in these final 5 weeks of this session, already getting back to work by co-chairing a hearing tomorrow on unidentified anomalous phenomena. It's also technically termed UAPs, more commonly known as UFOs. What are you hoping to learn in this hearing tomorrow?
Well, we still have not gotten any solid information as to what we know about these aircraft. It's very frustrating that NASA, the Department of Defense have been very close-mouthed on these. We're bringing in 4 new people tomorrow, and hopefully those folks will give us a little more information. I am afraid as a fallback position, we may have to introduce legislation saying that this stuff, maybe if it's at least 10 years old, will have to be all released to the public. But I think we're going to gather some more information tomorrow about some drones we're flying over military bases and see exactly what we can be told.
So I think that people may hear this, that there are legislators holding a hearing on UFOs and might think, why are they doing this? Is your office actually getting reports of UAPs or these UFOs in Wisconsin?
We've heard of a few people who say they've seen stuff in the past, which isn't unusual.
Stuff like what? What are they saying?
It generates a tremendous amount of interest from the public. You know, when I was first asked to take up this issue by the then speaker, I kind of had the same reaction you did. But to my surprise, I probably get more comments on my UAP hearings than I do on other things that are more traditionally associated with being a congressman.
You mentioned the reports that your office has gotten. What are the reports detailing that people are seeing or saying that they're seeing?
Well, they see, claim to at some time or other in their life, saw something that would be like a saucer-shaped object or something like that in the air. It was well known in Waukesha County, and I think this is maybe 30 years ago now, there was something reported in the newspapers at that time in which many people saw something that was kind of unusual. And of course, we had before our committee naval pilots testifying that they saw unusual things both over the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans.
You introduced legislation in January that will allow people to report UAPs without the fear of repercussion. Was that something, why was that something that you felt that you needed to propose? And why is there a fear, do you think, of repercussions when reporting these?
Well, I think there's still a lot of people out there would say, oh, wow, he saw a flying saucer, you know, he must be crazy or something like that. And we just want to assure that if you report something, be it a commercial pilot, military pilot, whatever, you cannot get in trouble for that. You would not use your license because somebody's going to say, oh, you know, John Smith saw such and such a airplane or such and such a saucer. And I think by doing that, not just the pilots themselves, but other members on the craft, we're going to get some more information. And we don't want to, under any circumstances, have people say that, oh, I was afraid to report.
Finally, while I have you, what do you make of some of the hires that we're learning about this second Trump administration? Kristi Noem for Homeland Security, Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, among some of the hires that we've learned from the Trump administration this week.
Well, obviously, I worked with some of them myself in the past, and I like all these people. Elise Stefanik, United Nations. I spent a great deal of time working with her, so I think it's a very exciting time for her. Marco Rubio, I've worked together on, and it's kind of hard to believe that he's going to be the Secretary of State, but these are the people who are going to be leading the country the next 4 years, and I think he's doing a very good job of picking out very responsible, experienced people.
Congressman Glenn Grothman with our Jaron Jordan. Tomorrow's hearing starts at 10:30 Central Time. Among the witnesses expected to testify, a retired Navy Rear Admiral who is discussing his own experiences with UAP.